and pharma has really touched upon very critical sectors which can impact India's image around the world and can have a significant momentum or boost to our international engagements if we are really able to inculcate this spirit in all stakeholders that quality से compromise नहीं चलता है. Compliments to the entire QCI team, to all of you assembled there. It's really great to see this chalta hai feature being replaced by a culture of quality, which is absolutely essential if we have to have any significant role in the future of India's economic development. If we have got to give a boost to India's economic development, I congratulate Quality Council of India and Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade for taking this message to the grassroots. I saw the statistics of number of stakeholders you have engaged with, the 2 months of effort that has gone into today's program to come up with an action agenda and sector-wise projects or programs which can have an impact on the future of these sectors. As I said earlier, I would have very much liked to be amongst you. I was looking forward to be amongst you, but under doctor's advice, I have been not permitted to do my meetings outside my home office. Though I've been working since morning in the home office, Mr. Bhatia has just left from here to come and join you over there. But I can clearly see that for far too long, the nation has compromised on quality. Many of us senior people in the room there will recall the old days when you went shopping and you had to buy any product. You were forced to ask the shopkeeper, भैया export quality का माल दिखाना. एक्सपोर्ट क्वालिटी का माल दिखाना यानी दो क्वालिटी के माल बिकते हैं. एक जो एक्सपोर्ट होता है, निर्यात होता है, और एक जो डोमेस्टिक कंज्यूमर्स यानी आपको और मुझे बिकता है. एंड आई थिंक दैट वाज एब्सोल्युटली द पेन of Indian industry. It is one of the causes that manufacturing did not take off in our country like it did in many other countries. And somehow we didn't have an ecosystem or a roadmap or a clear idea how this is going to be taken up as a national agenda. I'm really delighted that all of you have chosen to work on these four sectors to begin with and take it to greater granular detail of how we are going to make a difference, how we are going to inculcate the spirit of quality amongst all the stakeholders to begin with in these four sectors, very critical sectors at that, and how the Gunvanta Manthan that you have done over the last few weeks and culminating in today's program, the conversations during Gunvata Manthan at the shop floor level, at the owner level, at supplier and customer level, particularly for MSMEs, will truly help us transform the culture of quality across the country. I believe you've already focused on 14 manufacturing clusters with over 50 government or regulatory bodies being covered under this program in a twin track, working both with stakeholders in the private sector and the government. Our workers, our quality control managers, our scientists, our entrepreneurs, the youth, right from the remotest corner of India, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari or Kutch to Kamrup, across the country, we will have to make this culture of quality our first priority if we have to become a developed nation, which is the vision of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and the collective commitment of 140 crore Indians. We have all come up with a very aggressive roadmap to grow our economy even faster. We have been the world's fastest growing large economy for the last 4 years, and we hope to become the third largest GDP in the next 2.5 years. But at the same time, our ambition doesn't stop there. Our ambition is to take the mission of expanding our economy growth at much faster level speed so that we can become at least a 30 or 35 trillion dollar economy by 2047 when we celebrate 100 years of independence. And the most important element will be three: zero defect, that is quality; zero effect, that is sustainability; and equitable opportunity for all, that is inclusivity. And on these three pillars rests the India growth story in the Amrit Kal. In a way, you've called this a manthan. Reminds me of Samundra Manthan. And we've just, in fact, I got operated on Mahashivratri day. We've just celebrated Mahashivratri. Just like there was the churning process, I think, and through that, Amrit was found. The nectar. We have to find the nectar of quality, find the nectar, the Amrit of trust, and the Amrit of excellence in our day-to-day work, and bring that culture of quality to every person in the country. I don't know if you have noticed, Prime Minister Modi, in the last 3 or 4 engagements, whether it was his address at the 10-year celebration of Startup India, whether it was his comments on the first day of Parliament, whether it is his comments after the budget, or whether it is his comments in the Mann Ki Baat yesterday, a deep focus has been placed on quality consciousness. And if I may quote Honorable Prime Minister Modi, he has said, "No country moves fast by becoming a consumer. They have to first become high quality producers globally. Our products have to be recognized across the globe as a guarantee of quality. Brand India should be equal to high quality. When a person buys a product or takes a service made in India, produced in India, designed in India, served from India, it should automatically reflect the highest standards of quality. It should automatically give comfort that there will be no compromise in the work that India presents, either for its consumers domestically or for the world market. And the only way we can become globally competitive is with high quality goods and services. Towards that end, in order to open global markets to help us benchmark with the best in class worldwide, we in the government have been expanding our trading relations with high quality FTAs with 38 developed countries, countries with high per capita income. 9 FTAs that we have finalized in the last 3.5 years are all with countries who are not in direct competition with us, who cannot produce textiles at the cost at which we can, who cannot offer footwear or leather goods, or even pharmaceutical products, generic pharma, at the price point at which we can offer it. And therefore, I think India's global outreach will get a big boost through these FTAs, subject to our ability to produce and serve high quality goods and services. All our labor intensive sectors, all our clusters, all our MSMEs, all of these should focus their attention on process improvement, should focus their attention on skilling and reskilling their workforce, ultimately leading to better and higher quality of goods and services. I think the intention to improve quality has a 5-pillar action agenda. First, we must have standard operating processes. We must have proper, well-defined production processes, and compliance to these well-defined processes should be absolutely carefully monitored from production stage itself, whether it's raw material procurement, production, finished good. There should be continuous inspection and control over production processes so that quality is ensured right from the raw material stage until the finished product is sold in the market domestically or internationally. And therefore, process quality becomes extremely important. In fact, in ISO, the simple one-line statement is say or write in your ISO program, write what you do and then do what you have written. Follow your own process to the T. Without compromise, you'll come up with good quality output. Similarly, the second pillar is skilling. We find that a lot of people, there's a lot of attrition in our industry. There's a lot of wastage. For example, in the textile sector, there's a lot of wastage in our production processes, in our logistics. And I think it's important that we focus on skilling our workforce to reduce wastage, because that will not only help the environment, it'll not only give you a bigger market share, but it'll open your doors for new products in new markets. The third pillar is a proper access to international markets will mean a gap analysis in our own working. There's a lot of gaps in the way we are working and what is the best way to get good quality and high productivity, both of which go together. And therefore, we will have to look at how we can increase our productivity. Higher productivity through process control will certainly give better quality, and together will improve our competitiveness. It will also have an impact on the environment, because waste is a damage to the environment. Fourth, our testing and certification protocols should be very well defined and should be followed very carefully. It's important that delays in proper testing and certification are cut down, and we ensure that the cost of replacement or cost of waste is reduced through better process tests along the way, which will help us become more competitive in global markets. And lastly, the fifth pillar will be shared infrastructure. Ms. Nidhi Khare is with us. She runs the Bureau of Indian Standards. They are ready to support any testing equipment that any industry requires, and the most modern testing equipment. And in her address, probably she can address this issue. PIS is willing to set up any testing equipment across the country that you may require, wherever there is a cluster. So if there's a apparel manufacturing cluster in some place, they are willing to set up any testing equipment that you require. You want tensile testing, you want sizing testing, whatever you require. Most modern. Don't take second best equipment. Don't ever take second hand equipment. Take the best of equipment, most modern equipment, equipment without any manual interface, preferably equipment that will have automatic tests going into the computer, so there's no human possibility of making a mistake. And adequate funds are available with FSSAI, with BIS, with Export Inspection Agency in the Commerce Ministry. I can assure you, for high quality testing equipment, we will all collectively work together and make sure that money will never be a constraint. Please come forward and ask us what you require, where you require. And this common infrastructure, if utilized properly and utilized extensively, will also mean the cost of tests will come down. In the export promotion mission also, we have provided funds so that wherever you require to get approvals internationally, particularly for micro and small units, government will fund your approval process. Howsoever expensive it may be, a large part of it will be funded by the government to support our micro and small industries, particularly. Whether it is REACH regulation of Europe that needs extensive testing, whether it's CBAM verification to bring down your cost of carbon border adjustment mechanism tax or duty in Europe, whatever verification, testing, or any other costs to cover non-tariff barriers or to help you to capture new markets, SPS, TBT barriers to be removed, applications to go across the world in newer markets, we encourage you to be more forthcoming, and EPM, the Export Promotion Mission, will support your efforts to get your products, process, companies, or India approved for as a reliable supplier, as a trusted supplier. Friends, we need to close the quality gap if we want to make in India. And if we want to make India a manufacturing hub, you want to make in India a success, there's no choice but zero defect and zero effect. Z has to become our mantra. And PM has been saying this from 2014. The Honorable Prime Minister again, okay. PM has articulated on more than one occasion that we have to make quality our mantra. Right in 2014, he had articulated the Z philosophy, zero effect, zero defect. And I'm sure your quality conclave will work in that direction. The Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade and the Commerce Ministry are ready to support any of your initiatives. Our effort is to reach a $2 trillion target of exports. We had planned it for 2030, but considering the COVID period that we lost of 2 years, I still believe we can cross $1 trillion of merchandise and $1 trillion of services in the next 6 or 7 years. We all have to work together as a team. This year also, our exports are on the growth trajectory. The first 2 weeks We have seen double-digit growth in our exports. The target is large, potential is humongous, and I'm sure all of you will not allow anything to come in the way of our achieving these targets. On the part of government, we have been entering into trading arrangements now. Two-thirds of the global GDP, two-thirds of global trade is covered under our free trade agreements. It opens up so many new markets. It opens up so many new opportunities. I hope you will not let the opportunity go. It is only at our own peril and at the cost of lakhs or even crores of jobs, at the cost of entrepreneurs mushrooming across the length and breadth of the country, that we can allow this opportunity to go by. All these free trade agreements are for all of you to exploit. They are for you to expand your business. Our current share in global trade is very small, even in labor-intensive areas, even in pharmaceuticals, areas where we are very competitive, areas of our interest. And I'm sure with the launch of the quality mission and with your collective effort, with the whole of the government and whole of the ecosystem approach, not just government, industry associations, individual companies, different sectors, promoters, owners, directors, workmen, managers at the shop floor, in the laboratory, in the back office, across the board. Let us all work towards the mantra of high quality, best quality, best quality both for domestic and international market. Let us align our quality standards with the best in the world and make sure India stands at the forefront of quality, of recognition of brand India. Quality first, quality every single time. That should be our mission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We are grateful to Honorable Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal ji for sparing his valuable time. और जो गाइडेंस है उनकी मार्गदर्शन है हम सबके लिए एक बहुत बड़ा संबल है. तो एक बार with a huge round of applause, let's express our gratitude to Honorable Minister sir, and also let's pray to God for his speedy recovery. और उनका गाइडेंस हम सबको इसी तरह मिलता रहेगा. Thank you so much, sir. We are grateful to you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the morning, as you are aware of that, after a brief inaugural session, we conducted 4 parallel sectoral breakout sessions in respective groups, which were textile, leather, footwear,